Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is. This is your boy. Now we are here with Matrix AI. This is technology. This is neural data. This is new trend. This is Metaverse. This is Web 3.0. This is avatar intelligence. This is technology. Ladies and gentlemen, Matrix AI is exactly what they say it is. It's the Matrix, and the ticker symbol for Matrix is man. Words mean things, folks. So, with this being said, just what's being shown on this screen here, they're giving you a glimpse of the future of Matrix. Now, over the years, these websites, they evolve. If I told you back 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when I was looking at this project, I would have never known that it was going to be what it is showing up on the screen today. We knew it was connected to the Belt and Road Initiative, but even when I found that information out, I still didn't believe it, because you need to see certain things develop over time. But as we know, they put the truth out hidden in plain sight. And the future is in the past. So as we go back to the past and now look into the future, we can clearly see that everything they told us was real. Now, before we explore this website, I want you to pay attention to this video here. From Michio Kaku, could we transport our consciousness into robots? The reason why I want you to pay attention to this, because Matrix AI is setting out to do the same thing, but in regard to avatars. But if it's going to be in avatars, I'm pretty sure it's going to be robots as well.
Robin, you asked yet another very embarrassing question. Believe it or not, even though tens of thousands of papers have been written about consciousness in the literature, nobody has a suitable definition for consciousness. What does it mean to be conscious, and how do you encode it? And what is the minimum amount of consciousness necessary to animate something else? This raises questions for artificial intelligence, because some people in the field of AI believe that one day we will be immortal. We will live forever. But the question is, what will live forever? The atoms that make up our body, they give us consciousness, they give rise to our personality and our fears and desires, that may die. But yet the essence of the neural circuits may survive. Now, there are many ways to do this, so let's break some of them down. The most ambitious has been proposed by people who believe that one day we will create a robot body that is perfect, a Superman. Beautiful, elegant, super powerful body with no brain. Then we will start to extract our brain tissue, neuron for neuron, and duplicate it with transistors. So for every neuron we take out of our brain, we replace it with a transistor. Sooner or later, chunks of our brain are removed and inserted transistor for transistor inside this robot body. Now, we're fully conscious during this process. Part of our brain computes here, and part of our brain computes over there, connected by wires. Well, after a few hours, large portions of the brain are gutted, and huge chunks of transistors are added to this robot of silicon and steel. And when it's finally finished, you now have no brain in your head, and here's a robot with a complete brain and a complete body. That's one of the most ambitious ways to transfer consciousness from our body to another body. And then the question is Is that really you? Well, there's another way to do it, and that way was explored in The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. In that movie, the bad guys get killed, but each bad guy was cloned, and somebody was able to somehow photograph all the memories of our brain and insert these memories into the clone. Now, we don't know how to do that, obviously. That's way beyond our technology. So don't expect Arnold Schwarzenegger to come back fully formed with all his memories as a clone. That's not going to happen anytime soon. However, the initial steps are, once again, being made. At Caltech, for example, they've been able to take a mouse brain and look at a certain part of the brain where memories are processed. Memories are processed at the very center of our brain, and they've been able to duplicate the functions of that with a chip. So again, this does not mean that we can encode memories with a chip, but it does mean that we've been able to take the information storage of a mouse brain and have a silicon chip duplicate those functions. And so was mouse consciousness created in the process? I don't know. I don't know whether a mouse is conscious or not, but it does mean that at least in principle, maybe it's possible to transfer our consciousness and at some point maybe even become immortal.
Now we know he was using the Hegelian dialectic, showing you and telling you that the example of the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger, where they cloned him and shifted the consciousness. We know they're doing that right now. Many celebrities have been cloned. Many of the rappers are being cloned. And the list goes on and on. They've been cloning sheep since the 50s. Well, was it the 50s? When was that sheep cloned? Very long time. I forget the years, but you can look it up. The first sheep ever cloned. So they had this technology for a long time. They've only just perfected it over the years. And anything they show us on TV, please believe they have the technology. So what he's saying is a bold-faced lie about not having the ability to clone and shift consciousness. Get out of here. Anyways, as we're on this here website of Matrix, Matrix 3.0 is coming, transforming brain waves into code with AI. AVI is short for Avatar Intelligence. While AI focuses on training machines to have similar capacities as human beings, AVI aims to realize the scenario imagined by the Matrix films where human brain is uploaded to the internet or where a program identical to a user's brain is created on the internet. Interesting. Distribution of neural data on Matrix blockchain. Matrix 3.0 will build a general purpose platform around Avatar Intelligence. Any user can use the tools on Matrix to upload and store their brainwave data to create their individual avatars through Avatar Intelligence powered by Matrix distributing computing. Sort of reminds me of neural network, what Elon Musk is doing. Complete control of digital avatar. Everyone will have his or her own digital avatar in the metaverse. This avatar can be used to live life and do various tasks in the metaverse under users' authorization. This is the ultimate use scenario of the metaverse. Sort of like the movie Avatar, where they're having little clone babies. And conveniently enough, those clone babies look like the same babies that we recently saw in the video coming out of these pods. Matrix 3.0 features receiving ports, distributed storage, avatar intelligence modeling, brainwave-based AI algorithm services, avatar intelligence distributed computing, avatar intelligence accessing, avatar intelligence transfer. The 4 phases of the Matrix Reloaded. Revolutions. Resurrections. And the Genesis. Now pay attention to these 4 phases of the Matrix. And if I could, revolutions, connecting to deep brain signals to receive AVI data, basic interactions among AVIs, and the transfer of AVI across different networks will be supported. Resurrections. Better algorithms will allow users to create perfect AVI to create value in the metaverse on their behalf. The ecosystem surrounding AI 2.0 will also further improve. Genesis. Core functions of Matrix 2.0 will be perfected so that the hardware requirement of AVI can be met. At the same time, basic brain electric signals will be stored to set up preliminary avatars. Reloaded. Users' brainwave data can be uploaded through wearable devices to create the foundation of avatars. Users can interact with these avatars. Didn't they have a movie called Matrix Reloaded? Go figure. Project updates, the brainwave data reception and storage. These things are to come, so you can come here and see the progress as it moves along. Core task of phase 1, processing, integration, upgrade. Supporting user brainwave data collection, storage, and algorithm processing. Supporting the creation and transfer of avatars on different metaverse platforms. Upgrading unfinished parts of Matrix 1.0, Matrix 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the future, we know the future is moving into a digital world. Matrix would be a great grand investment, even at the current price that it's at. Yeah, you could have got it at, 0.005. But even at 2 cents, 2.7 cents, it looks like it's approaching 3 cents. I still think it's a great buy because we know 150 trillion is due to come in by 2025. And recently there was a tweet by Elon Musk saying the same thing we've been saying. Sooner than you think. AI will take over sooner than you think. They've been working on this for years, ladies and gentlemen. The Matrix AI network makes artificial intelligence accessible to everything. Scalability, AI powered, fast and secure. Hybrid POW, POS. Blockchain for finance, enterprise, metaverse, Web 3.0, NFT, Industry 4.0, smart cities, decentralized, AI platform, transfer, finance, big things popping, ladies and gentlemen. The Matrix 2.0 is constructing a blockchain-based AI economy based on data, computer power, and AI models. We're building a self-evolving AI platform with aggregated processing power, safe data management, transparent data sharing, and access to an ever-growing set of on-chain AI data models and applications. So they have different levels, the manas, the manta, the mania, the manito, import. All of these are doing different things. And you can read a little bit here, AI algorithms and create deep neural networks. So basically, if you can just read in between the lines, this is going to be working and underpinning neural network. And you can clearly see that just by the language that it is presenting on these websites. Now, in order to understand what the neural links is all about and what Matrix AI is doing, we have to understand what the neural network is, how neural networks work. What is a neural network? And this video here is going to explain this in a decent amount of time. But I need you to dive in the deep end with me so we can understand this collectively together. Let's go.
Last summer, my family and I visited Russia. Even though none of us could read Russian, we did not have any trouble in figuring our way out, all thanks to Google's real-time translation of Russian boards into English. This is just one of the several applications of neural networks. Neural networks form the base of deep learning, a subfield of machine learning where the algorithms are inspired by the structure of the human brain. Neural networks take in data, train themselves to recognize the patterns in this data, and then predict the outputs for a new set of similar data. Let's understand how this is done. Let's construct a neural network that differentiates between a square, circle, and triangle. Neural networks are made up of layers of neurons. These neurons are the core processing units of the network. First, we have the input layer, which receives the input. The output layer predicts our final output. In between exist the hidden layers which perform most of the computations required by our network. Here's an image of a circle. This image is composed of 28 by 28 pixels, which make up for 784 pixels. Each pixel is fed as input to each neuron of the first layer. Neurons of one layer are connected to neurons of the next layer through channels. Each of these channels is assigned a numerical value known as weight. The inputs are multiplied to the corresponding weights, and their sum is sent as input to the neurons in the hidden layer. Each of these neurons is associated with a numerical value called the bias, which is then added to the input sum. This value is then passed through a threshold function called the activation function. The result of the activation function determines if the particular neuron will get activated or not. An activated neuron transmits data to the neurons of the next layer over the channels. In this manner, the data is propagated through the network. This is called forward propagation. In the output layer, the neuron with the highest value fires and determines the output. The values are basically a probability. For example, here, our neuron associated with square has the highest probability. Hence, that's the output predicted by the neural network. Of course, just by a look at it, we know our neural network has made a wrong prediction. But how does the network figure this out? Note that our network is yet to be trained. During this training process, along with the input, our network also has the output fed to it. The predicted output is compared against the actual output to realize the error in prediction. The magnitude of the error indicates how wrong we are, and the sign suggests if our predicted values are higher or lower than expected. The arrows here give an indication of the direction and magnitude of change to reduce the error. This information is then transferred backward through our network. This is known as backpropagation. Now, based on this information, the weights are adjusted. This cycle of forward propagation and backpropagation is iteratively performed with multiple inputs. This process continues until our weights are assigned such that the network can predict the shapes correctly in most of the cases. This brings our training process to an end. You might wonder how long this training process takes. Honestly, neural networks may take hours or even months to train. But time is a reasonable trade-off when compared to its scope. Let us look at some of the prime applications of neural networks. Facial recognition. Cameras on smartphones these days can estimate the age of the person based on their facial features. This is neural networks at play, first differentiating the face from the background and then correlating the lines and spots on your face to a possible age. Forecasting. Neural networks are trained to understand the patterns and detect the possibility of rainfall or a rise in stock prices with high accuracy. Music composition. Neural networks can even learn patterns in music and train itself enough to compose a fresh tune. So, here's a question for you. Which of the following statements does not hold true? A. Activation functions are threshold functions. B. Error is calculated at each layer of the neural network. C. Both forward and back propagation take place during the training process of a neural network. D. Most of the data processing is carried out in the hidden layers. Leave your answers in the comments section below. 3 of you stand a chance to win Amazon vouchers. So, don't miss it. With deep learning and neural networks, we are still taking baby steps. The growth in this field has been foreseen by the big names. Companies such as Google, Amazon, and Nvidia have invested in developing products such as libraries, predictive models, and intuitive GPUs that support the implementation of neural networks. The question dividing the visionaries is on the reach of neural networks. To what extent can we replicate the human brain? We'd have to wait a few more years to give a definite answer. But if you enjoyed this video, it would only take a few seconds to like and share it.
Okay, so I want to just go over what he just said here, which is very important, which is why you need to pay attention to certain partnerships, 6 degrees of separation. Cloud computing is necessary for AI.
Companies such as Google, Amazon, and Nvidia have invested in developing products such as libraries, predictive models, and intuitive GPUs that
So intuitive GPUs, these are those cloud platforms that have partnerships with certain said companies like Nvidia. They support the implementation of neural networks and AI. So pay attention to certain projects that are partnered with Nvidia. Now, let's go back to the Matrix website here. This is some great points from the CEO, Professor Dane, Eric Choi, the marketing director, Ken, Ethan Tian, all the team members. Okay. Now, let's just scroll and look at some of these partnerships: Stellar, Amazon, Big Grid, Matrix, OBOR, Research Center, Cherry, Knowles, TBEA. And the most important one of them all, the Belt and Road Initiative. Boom. Matrix and the Belt and Road. Belt and Road Initiative, or B&R, is short for the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road, upholding principles of political trust, economic integration, cultural change, as well as common interests, common goals, and mutual commitment. The initiative aims to build a platform of multilateral cooperation between China and countries along the ancient Silk Road. The Belt and Road spans across Eurasia, connecting the vibrant East Asian economy with the more developed European economy, linking many developing economies in between. The Silk Road economic belt consists of three routes: China, Central Asia, Russia, Baltic Sea, China, Central Asia, West Asia, Persian Bay, Mediterranean, China, Southeast Asia, Indian Ocean. The 21st century maritime silk consists of two routes: China's eastern coast, South China Sea, Indian Ocean, Europe, China's eastern coast, South China Sea, South Pacific. A Belt and Road Initiative will link major cities on key inland trading routes, building multinational economic corridors that connect China, Mongolia, and Russia, China, Central and West Asia, and China and Indo-Chinese Peninsula. On sea, it will create two economic corridors connecting China and Pakistan, China and Bangladesh, India, and Myanmar, bringing closer the relations and economic ties of countries along this path. By January 30, 2021, China had secured the participation of 171 countries and organizations in the Belt and Road Initiative through 205 cooperation agreements. Got to be more careful. The significance of the Belt and Road fueling China's next round of growth. The Belt and Road Initiative is an ingenious plan for the economic locomotive of the world, China, to leverage its advantage in manufacturing capacity, technology, capital, expertise, and advanced industrial models for international influence and market share. China will take this opportunity to open up to the world and carry out dialogues with countries along the Belt and Road in an effort to build multilateral global partnerships for the long-lasting economic growth of the world. Rebalancing the globalization. The Belt and Road will drive the growth of China Western provinces as well as Mongolia and Central Asian countries, thus integrating these inland countries into globalizations. As China exports its manufacturing capacity and leading industries westward, countries along the Belt and Road stand and benefit. Historically, Central Asian countries have only served as the middlemen for the commercial and cultural exchange between the East and the West. The Belt and Road Initiative will raise them from the state of underdevelopment and help them narrow the poverty gap caused by globalization. As countries in these regions catch up in economic development, the world will become a more peaceful, prosperous, and harmonious place. Ooh, that is big. Now, you know I'm the king of visuals and connecting the dots and showing you how crypto is underpinning what we see in the physical world, the mainstream media, the mainstream narratives. And here we're going to go over this brief Belt and Road Initiative explainer video. I think this is one of the best ones in short, ample amount of time to get straight to the point and give you the goods where you need it. Let's go.
The Belt and Road Initiative is China's ambitious plans for economic integration on a massive scale. The land belt runs from China through South and Central Asia into Europe, while the Maritime Road connects coastal Chinese cities with Africa and the Mediterranean. The reach is vast. To date, at least 68 countries and international organizations have signed trade and infrastructure deals with China as part of the initiative. Together, these countries account for up to 40% of global GDP, a whopping $21 trillion US. Key projects of the Belt and Road Initiative include a 12,000-kilometer railway connecting London to the Chinese city of Yiwu, a highway that connects Kashgar in China's far west with Pakistan's Gwaida port, and a pipeline from Turkmenistan to China that will eventually pump 55 billion cubic meters of gas a year to Shanghai. Proponents of the Belt and Road Initiative say such investments and projects can benefit the whole world and lift billions of people out of poverty. But critics say China is using such projects as a means to gain more geopolitical influence. The United States has long been wary of China's growing influence, and there are concerns its own standing in the region could be waning. Many countries taking part in the Belt and Road Initiative, including South Korea, the Philippines, and Israel, are key US allies. The initiative has also been welcomed by many European nations that hope it will attract more Chinese investment and development. But other countries are more reserved. At the Belt and Road Forum China hosted in 2017, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom opted not to sign a trade statement, saying the initiative was not clear on public procurement or social and environmental standards. One country that is on board is Russia. It's poised to benefit from the Belt and Road Initiative through joint investments and projects with China. In turn, China is relying on Russia's cooperation and involvement because of its strong historical influence in Central Asia. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China hopes its economic interests, influence, and importance will continue to grow on the global stage.
As you can see, the Belt and Road Initiative playing out right before your very eyes. Now, we see inside the Matrix and the Belt and Road, a $900 billion project promoting cooperation, interconnectivity, and openness across continents. This is a big deal, a very big deal. In November 2017, CPC Congress was held. One of the main talking points of this historic meeting was the reports detailing the remarkable results of the Belt and Road Initiative so far, and the confirmation that the party will continue pursuing the Belt and Road goals as priority. For those who don't know, the Belt and Road Initiative, also known as the One Belt, One Road, is a huge project estimated to have over $900 billion invested, which spans multiple continents and aims to enhance the trust and efficiency of trade between different economies. It is a perfect match for blockchain technology. Matrix brings good news to all the supporters of Matrix and the Belt and Road Initiative. We are proud to officially announce that we have signed a strategic cooperation agreement with the state-owned Belt and Road Development Center to become the only blockchain partner of the center. Now, let's look this up. See, most of you guys don't know how to use Google, but I think you should learn how to use it because you can find anything you need to learn or know. I just want to see what that center is, if there's a specific website or anything like that. But that was the official confirmation release. China's massive Belt and Road Initiative. China's colossal infrastructure investments may usher in a new era of trade growth for economies in Asia and beyond. So think about that. Think about the magnitude of this asset, Matrix AI, underpinning all of that. That's a big goddamn deal. China's Belt and Road Initiative, sometimes referred to as the New Silk Road. In all of these meetings that the President Xi Jinping has been having, they're all for a reason, and it's all connecting to the Belt and Road. Signing deals, signing partnership agreements for multiple years at a time. China is the new horse, and all roads lead to China. Matrix, although you never heard of it, it is the next 10,000% ICO. Here's why. This is a great overview and breakdown of the technology of Matrix. Of course, I can read this. I'll just glimpse over it, but I'll allow you guys to read it, and I'll post this link also in the Patreon. But this is one of the best teams in crypto, hands down. They are ex-Google, Facebook, Microsoft. CEO double majored in economics, physics, and has already been the CEO of a number of startup companies and has grown them to multi-million user bases. Their head of AI was principal architect for the AI behind China's high-speed railway early warning system. Wow, that's big. He has been a project lead for numerous national Chinese research projects. Some of his work led the Matrix team to win 2017's Pascal 2 AI competition, beating out teams from places like UC Berkeley, Intel, and Microsoft. His book structure, VLSI design, and high-level synthesis was recognized by China's Department of Education. Big stuff here. Their communication and international business sense is subpar. It is not subpar. I mean, it's by far the best in blockchain. China Belt and Road Initiative, we already know is $900 billion push. And this is the asset to underpin it. This is them. I believe this was at the China Central Political and Legal Commissions, where Belt and Road Research and Development Center, they all met up and went over the Belt and Road. And these are some of the members, him right here. No, actually him. He's on the team at Matrix. These guys, the one in the background. So, and you can see Huawei, a lot of Chinese companies are, I'm sure, in bed with these people. And, Matrix, honestly, has just started running. And it's going to only continue to keep going. 10,000% increase from here. Let me just do the math and see what that looks like. Actually, let's go to this website. What's it called? Coin market. What's the name of it? So here we are on the market cap of, where I'm going to look at what Matrix AI would look like at specific market cap prices. So, Matrix AI. So this is what it would look like, the price of man with the market cap of Cardano. And that looks to be only 2000x, 2800x. And this article predicted 10,000%. So let's go and see what that looks like. That's $81 from here. That's a lot of goddamn money to be made. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. So let's see what that looks like. Cardano is number, where is it at? ADA. Number 8. So let's see that on market cap of XRP, right? At 4,500X, and that's at $132. Now, let's go to BNB market cap. And BNB's market cap is 48 billion. Remember, Belt and Road Initiative is a $900 billion initiative that will facilitate trillions. Not just in regards to, supply chain and economics, and think about the metaverse as well. I mean, this thing is extensive. So this is Binance. Binance is 48.68 billion. That's a 3. Now this is where we're talking about the range. So 10,000% gain X would be roughly around $300 per man. Now, you do the math. Say you got, let's just say you got 250,000, right, of man, times 300. That's 75 million. Now, you can just do the math. A lot of money to be made. Whole lot of money. So that's grandiose gains. But the question is, how many of you are willing to take on these gains? See, assets like this, where we know how big it is, you would be a fool not to buy it. You'd be a fool not to at least get your beak wet. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how big, how massive AI is. And if you just go and do the research yourself, I mean, you can see what I'm showing you on this screen. And I hope many of you watch this video, because this is prime time information right here. So let's just go back to this website. You can clearly see they have a web wallet, Explore, the Wormhole, Bio Wallet, Mobile Wallet. You can also stake here within the wallets as well. So, make it happen. Partner with Amazon Web Service, Stellar. I mean, the list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it is. We're always going to try to lead you to the money. And we want to lead it to you in an early price point. The Matrix AI network was founded in 2017. In 2023, we enter Matrix 3.0, blending neuroscience with our previous work to realize the vision of the Matrix films. God damn. That's huge right there. Huge. Big. Big. Don't get caught slipping, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get caught slipping. They want to bring the Matrix films here to this asset.
The pill you took is part of a trace program. It's designed to disrupt your input-output carrier signal so we can pinpoint your location.
What does that mean?
It means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy.
Because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Did you?
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
This can't be.
Be what? Be real?
It's going into replication.
Hey, Pac.
Still nothing. Let's go. Let's go.
Tank, we're going to need a signal soon.
I got a fibrillation.
APOC, location.
Targeting almost there.
He's going into arrest.
Lock, I got him.
Now, Tank, now.
Welcome to the real world.
Now imagine if the very world that you live in right now was a world where you were connected to a pod, but you were here in the Matrix experiencing what we call the Matrix. What if you were really already linked somewhere else, off in the distance, living your life? What if? Ladies and gentlemen, you know who this is. This is your boy, Brando. Investigate truth on your own terms.